Greetings and salutations, kids. It's Zook, your lovable gnome, bringing you an in-depth tutorial of the Heroes plugin. Heroes was a plugin that was developed by Kinzo of HeroCraft, and is basically an API that brings you different abilities and shticks to each one of your classic sort of D&D type classes. We have utilized them in our own unique ways, bringing you over 25 unique classes. So this is going to be a step-by-step tutorial on how to navigate through the different commands that Heroes has to offer. So first thing I'm going to do is de-op myself so you'll see the same menus that I have. So /hero brings up your menus. You'll notice the green arrows right here, which are actually clickable to click to the next page, and if you hover over the question marks, it gives you a description of what each of those commands does. So the first one on the list is Hero Paths. We'll type that in and you'll see the different paths that we have to offer. These are the core classes. There are actually a lot more that we have available as you level up in each one of these. So let's say you want to play a mage. I will click on select and it will say you have chosen mage, a mystical spellcaster. Click confirm and boom, you'll see over here that I am now the mage class. Alright, so and now it's a good time to actually pick your profession. So you'll see alchemist, lumberjack, and prospector. So I'll click lumberjack. Always good to have an axe. So for those who spend their times in the wood chopping stuff, we'll confirm to become a lumberjack. So you'll see over here it says that we're a mage and a lumberjack. You'll notice that mage says it's already level 4. That's because I had some previous levels in that class. So that's how easy it is to select classes. Alternatively, you can always do hero, choose, and then like prospector. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a profession. So choose warrior, for example. You'll notice that I had to put in the plus mark because of the way we have it organized. Now this is the old way of doing it. It will bring up the dialogue. You'll have to confirm it. Our server actually takes it a step further, and thanks to Dadman, we've scripted in an easier way to switch classes. So you can do it that way. As you can see, it did change my class. However, I don't like having to put the whole hero choose blah 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 with the plus mark blah blah blah. It makes it a pain in the ass. So let's say I just want to quickly change to rogue. So I'll just type in /rogue. It'll automatically input all of the commands needed, so it will switch me to rogue immediately, confirms it and everything. And you can do that for the professions as well. So /alchemist. And you'll see that it has made me an alchemist. So that is the first command that the hero's menu, offers to you. So the next one will say hero specs. Now this will show you the specializations or prestige classes and advanced classes that you will have access to for whatever class you currently have selected. So it's going to show me the advanced classes and prestige classes for rogue as well as alchemist. So we'll type that in over here and see what it's got to offer. So as you can see, rogue allows you, rogue and alchemist gives you access to shadow dancer, engineer for the profession, blood magus, assassin, shaman, necromancer, and dragoon. So you're able to switch between all of those once you have mastered the prerequisite ones. So let's say I wanted to be a shadow dancer. I would type in /shadow dancer. Now you'll see that I have not mastered rogue yet, so it brings this up. You know, it requires you to master rogue. Or blood magus, which is actually a prestige class. This one actually requires you to master rogue as well as mage, so on and so forth. So that's a good way to look at what your specific core class has to offer once you master the path. So we'll move on. We've already gone over what choose and profession does. Hero level will show you your basic information. A lot of that's already listed on your HUD, but if you don't have that enabled, which we'll go over later on how to disable that, you can show it right here. Okay, so next, and probably one of the more important things, is slash attributes. This will bring up a GUI that will show you your current skills, and then if you have points to distribute, excuse me, you'll be able to click add points or remove points, and then once you're done doing that, you just hit confirm, or you can cancel. So it's a very good way to go through. It shows you what each one of the attributes does and has to offer, as well as what it increases when you have more of it. So we will move on to the next page. Page 2 shows you basically how to do what was in that GUI without having to have that GUI open. We've noticed that the GUI can sometimes bug. So if that's happening to you and your client, it's different from player to player, which is weird. We've already told Kaizo about it. So he's working on a way to fix it right now. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So if it doesn't work, that's what page 2 is for. You can either just slash attribute add, then you type in like strength or dexterity, intellect, and then the amount you want to distribute. This will only allow you to distribute the current allotted skill points that you have available. So admins, you don't have to worry about people being able to add skills that they don't actually have. Attribute reset is exactly what it sounds like. It basically wipes all of your current skills and starts you fresh. Attribute info will bring up the display on what the info is. So let's actually type that in. So we'll type attribute info strength, and it shows right there. The strength attribute increases damage with melee weapons as well as damage with physical based abilities. So you can do that with any one of the attributes, obviously. Now the laundry system adds to your pending skills. Now this is mostly just for the GUI to help you arm it what's going on. I'll bring up the GUI menu so I can explain it a little bit better. But you'll see right there, the bottom line, it says pending. So let's say I had 5 points to spend. I could put 5, like 3 into endurance and 2 into Constitution, but it wouldn't actually spend those points until I hit confirm. That's essentially what the laundry system does. It's good if you're having to do everything manually. You want to go through things and check out what points you have to distribute before actually confirming it. And you can always reset, so it's not a huge deal. We actually don't use that the laundry system very often. So moving on to page 3. As you can see, you can cancel that one. So stats is the next one on the list. So we'll just go /stats. You'll see that it brings up your class, your level, your HP, magical resistance, stamina, regen, your movement speed, equipment weight, which we don't have implemented, but it is an option for heroes to have things have an actual weight. We figure you already have a limited amount of inventory space, no reason to screw with weight. It shows me my current attributes and how many attribute points that I have to distribute. So moving on, the next one is skills. So we'll type in skills, and this will show all of your skills for your current class. Alchemy, Enchant, Enchanting Book, Potion, these are all from Alchemist, and Sneak is of course from Rogue. It shows anything in red you don't currently have access to. So it will show you, if you hover above, what level you get those abilities at. You can also hover over the question mark as well, which goes over a display on what it basically does. So backstab, for instance, when attacking from behind, you deal additional damage, so on and so forth. Go through to page 3, smoke bomb, curse, rupture, and things like that. So we'll go, I believe we're on page 3, so hero 3. bring you right to page 3. And the next one is the bind system. Alright, so we're going to... Oh, we need an item for this. Okay, so while we're here, might as well show you a little thing that we have implemented in our server. Fortunately, I have to go all the way to survival spawn to get it, but that's not too far away. Luckily, we were in the spawn hub, so we'll come over here, and we'll click on the sign to get us to the survival spawn. Okay, so here we are. We'll mosey along into this. We are the rogue class, so we'll see a kit. Now the server starts you off with $2,500, so you can just hit the kit, and we'll give you a basic set for that class. So first thing I'm going to do is equip my armor. You know, I'll keep my banner on because I like it. Okay. It also should be noted that you start off with an oak boat, a saddle, and a horse egg, as well as a bow and arrows for the bow using classes, and a full stack of food. So let's say I've got sneak active, and I want it so whenever I'm using my bow, I want to be able to cast the sneaking ability. So I will /bind sneak to bow. So when I right click, not only does it draw my arrow, but I begin to sneak around. You may not want to do this to bow, that's fine, that's your prerogative. You can do it to literally any item in the game. Personally, I like to do it to items that don't have an action already on right click. Okay. So that's basically how you bind skills. Like I said, any item and any skill can be bound. Some of them are specific to which skill that you're doing, like throw axe, you need to bind it to an axe, or certain abilities like that. Like for instance, monk, you can actually throw a fish with the throw axe ability. So you can bind throw axe to a fish, throw a fish at somebody. It's pretty fun. Alright, so moving on to the next hero menu item, sorry. And that would be armor. So /hero armor, and it will show you exactly what I'm allowed to wear as a rogue. So leather and chainmail, not a whole lot. However, if I decided that I wanted to choose the warrior class, which I can absolutely do so just by right-clicking on any one of these stands as well, or /warrior, or the other method we showed you earlier, and then go hero armor. You'll see that I can wear leather, chainmail, iron, and gold with warrior. Some classes actually have access to diamond, like clerics. They are basically the tanks of the server. They don't have a whole lot in the way of offense, but they have healing and very good defense skills. So back to the hero menu. Hero tools will show you exactly what you're allowed to use for tools. You'll see all of this information right here. Okay, moving on. So mana is pretty self-explanatory. Shows you how much mana you have. Same thing with stamina. And /CD is if you have used an ability that has a cooldown time. Some abilities you can't spam over and over again. You have to wait like 2 or 3 seconds. Some of them are even longer, like 10 minutes, and it will be able to show you up. Usually it does show up right in the middle, unless you have it disabled, in which case you can just /CD and it will bring it up that way. Verbose toggles the display of certain hero information. Really don't have to worry about that too much. Hero STFU does not stand for shut the fuck up, I swear. Actually, I think it does stand for shut the fuck up. Which is basically skill messages. If you use something, it says you are now sneaking, or you have used this ability. If you tag that, it will get rid of what it says in the chat box. So /who, you can go /who, and let's say rogue, and it will show everybody who is currently a rogue that isn't you. No one is currently a rogue who is online. There's also only 4 people online right now. So moving on, you'll see hero who is. Okay, well, let's see. Glivray. Let's see what class he is. So we'll go hero who is Glivray. And you'll see that he is a level 12 warrior, 42 prospector. He has already mastered cleric, and he's got quite a bit of things under his belt. Shows you his allowed armor, his weapons, and all that. So you can, oh, now moving on to the sidebar. So sidebar allows you to customize what you see over here. So all lets you see everything. Info, we'll type that in. You'll see that it made it so it's only the party that you'll be able to see. You can toggle between the two. And then party, you can have that come up. I like to keep it on all. It shows you everything you really need to know. So yes, there is also a party system that you can use to basically invite people. Let's see if Glivray is paying attention. I'm going to invite him to a party. So it says, you know, has invited to your party. He has joined. He's paying attention. So I can actually, while I'm in my party, you see all these. These are pretty self-explanatory. Accept allows you to accept. Party who shows you who's in your party. And party leave will have you leave. Party mode PvP allows you to PvP your teammates. Let's see, hero roll, need, greet, pass, and things like that. That allows you to roll on specific items, and that's pretty self-explanatory for anybody who's played like World of Warcraft. Need makes it so you only can roll on it if your class can actually use it. Greed makes it so everyone rolls off. Pass makes you pass on special items, and off means it's just normal. Anyone can pick up anything. Party message allows me to, or I can just do /p or /party. Yo. And it will go just to the people in my party. I'll even tell them that. Testing out the party chat feature. Say hello to the stream. It works. Yay. Well, that's good to know. And let's say he really just pissed me off, and I am the party leader, so I'm going to kick Glivray because he's a jackass. No, I'm just kidding. I like Glivray. But I kicked him. Okay, so hero help page, that's pretty self-explanatory. It will bring you to whichever page. That was rude. Yes, it was, but I still love you. Okay, and page 7. So hero info player. So hero info Glivray. He seems to be my test subject on all this. Same thing as the who is. I don't know why they have it twice, but it is what it is. NPC shows you what the NPC's classes are. We actually have something else to take care of NPCs, so that won't even have anything to function. So that's the basic overlay of what all the commands in the Heroes menu does. Now, in Heroes, we are in spawn right now. So monsters that are close to spawn won't have a whole lot of attributes. They'll be pretty easy to kill and give you a medium amount of XP. You'll level up at beginning levels, but eventually when you get to like level 50, 60, you're going to have to move away to hope to level up. The further away you get from spawn, the harder the enemies become. So if you're at the edge of the world, which is 10,000 blocks on our server, you're going to fight some bad motherfuckers. I'll tell you that much. Excuse my language. No, sorry, not sorry. whereas some things near spawn will give you about 40 XP. Near the edge of the world will be more like 500 XP. So yeah, go and level up and experiment on the different classes. The in-depth series will continue with a close-up of all of the different classes, and so you get a better feel of what the Heroes plugin has to offer. It's pretty fun. It's a good time. Join our server, Crafting the Minds. Check it out for yourself, and hope you have a good time. Thank you so much for checking this video out. And just in case you want to know, you need to go to craftingtheminds.engine.com. This will have all of the information you need to join our server, our forums, and everything like that. This is Zook signing off. Thank you so much.